Still a new laptop for some reason. Okay, so good morning, good evening, and depending on the place where you are, some people it's night like me. So today I'm Anusha. I'm from start. I have been working on Oracle Cloud platform. Now currently working as a lead solution architect, working on Oracle Cloud based platforms on SaaS and PaaS end. Have been this with my whole experience working on these platforms. Coming to my topic today, it's about the delivering, building scalable integration patterns, or what you say, it's like integrating several systems out there using Oracle Cloud or HCM, right? Oracle ERP, just to give some background, both of these two systems are SaaS and ERP covers the finance end of a system, and HCM is basically the human capital management. Something like if everyone here is familiar, like a SAP, or else it's like a Workday kind of a system of Oracle product. Coming to a brief intro, right? So Oracle Cloud, ERP, and HCM are critical pillars to the, of course, right? We know that HR or human capital management, or else a finance system for a company is very crucial, and these are major pillars. So most of the times, many companies out there are being using several legacy systems, which they have been using from several years, from long times, right? They have been used to it, and they have been working on those systems. Even though they do have some limitations, they kind of got used to those. So, and there are the integration chat. So, integrating those systems where they have data currently right now and taking those to new Oracle Cloud platform is what the integration does. It basically integrates other systems to the Oracle Cloud platform, right? It could be a seamless one. It could be a day-to-day basis loads, or it could be sometime one time as well if you are replacing a legacy system, right? It's basically like what you say. While doing this, we have to remember the application, the integration or application. Sometimes it has to be scalable, and resilient integration patterns are required, right? As we are working on real-time data, synchronization, system reliability, and security compliance. Security is major because we will be working on data very much PII. So it could be on finance, it could be on human capital management. Security is a very crucial factor. Moving on to the other slide. Integration challenges. The list here is like overall integration challenges that we see, not in these products. These limitations, I would say, exist in any kind of a platform. If you are integrating to a on-premise system to a cloud, or vice versa, or else even within the cloud platforms, right? Um, to start with, Oracle integrating Oracle ERP and HCM systems present key challenges, such as dealing with diverse legacy applications. As I said, like in my previous example, few of the clients has different legacy applications, and so we need to ensure most of the times the real-time synchronization between these systems is crucial, and they face many challenge towards it. System diversity, it's completely different systems, right? Legacy systems are something you can customize, sometimes, most of the times, because some are homegrown systems, and SaaS applications are most likely a delivered system where we will utilize the current features, right? So, and some are on-prem interface. There are several complicated integrations as well. So system diversity is a very huge factor here. And the second one is data inconsistencies. So you might see some data points out there which are crucial, and some points which are not present in Fusion. So and also ensuring real-time accurate data cross, like we are sharing data between systems. So we need to confirm or make sure when we are doing this, it has to be accurate. and doing that is real difficult. The mapping is very crucial all the time. So sometimes we do APIs as well. It could be REST. Most of the time it's REST, and sometimes it's so, but not recommended. But there are some limitations in using this API standards. So, and most of the on-premise systems may not have exposure to the API limitations. And scalability uses performance drop, right? Okay, when a company with a few employee count might not face such issues, but there are companies out there with huge employee count, or the finance counts they handle, or the vendors they have, or else the system, they have lots of amount of data. So in this case, the performance drops huge. And security is, as I said, it's really security and compliance is one of the major factor. Handling sensitive human capital management data or ERP system data while maintaining audit trails and encryption between the systems we are sharing is also one of the important factors. Moving on to other slide, problem statement. Enterprise face grow complexity integrations, right? Most of the times there are seeded, I would say seeded reports, we can say seeded integrations as well, but most of the times it's not straightforward, because anytime you touch a system or you are implementing a cloud platform from a legacy application system, it's always complex and we do many customizations. So replicating those integrations from Oracle Fusion, it's real complex. And incapability in data formats. So data formatting, interfaces, protocols, seamless communication. The communication has to be seamless. For example, if it is finance or anything related to numbers are very crucial. If count doesn't match, let's say we are sending salary to a benefit system, it's an integration, and we send a point here and there, that will affect an employee directly in terms of payment on his paycheck. That is a great example. So the real-time synchronization between two systems is really crucial. Integration must meet strict security and compliance standards, like CCPA. So it's in these systems, especially, or any finance or human capital management systems, right? We do handle a lot of PII data. So the security is major factor. We need to handle these integrations and follow all the standards like encrypting, decryptions, all those standards while transferring data between the systems. And without a scalable and resilient integration approach, organizations risk lot of slots, inefficiency, and poor decision making. So if, let's say, we have a definite fields that benefit system requires, and for some reason the crucial fields were not identified or mapped incorrect in when designing an integration, that will set a lot of risk once the project went live. Even though it is succeeded as data points were still loaded, but as the data points which are loaded are not accurate, that will cause a lot of problem. So mapping, security, the data inconsistencies, maintaining the data inconsistencies between the system, these are all major problem statements. Okay. So motivation. Motivation, it's so we all know that there is a time, yes, now AI is taking over, but there is also a time that cloud was also taking over. I would say many companies did move over to the cloud platforms did because of they don't need to maintain the database in their system. It's not, they don't need to, and they can really rely on these cloud-based applications, and Oracle is one of the platform. Business increasingly rely on these Oracle, HCM, and ERP platforms for their scalability and agility. Need for seamless operations. These products, they have many, many seeded integrations or forms of integrations which can be developed in a secure, accurate, real-time financial or HR data sharing between the cross systems. It could be enterprise level, it could be global level as well. Global level means, what I would say is, a company can be a US based entity, or else it could be a global based too. Sometimes the company do exist everywhere in globally. Cost enhanced decision making. So let's have a company where the payroll is embedded within Oracle, and also let's have a company that they have HR in Oracle, and but they have payroll in ADP and benefits in some other system, and the data itself is segregated in different platforms. I would say the efficient way is having one platform as a combined set to have benefits, to process the payroll as well as the other modules as well, instead of having the same data in multiple places, and have you are basically what you say we are it's not suggestible, right? I know that is very common or often because of many factors, but it's really not a strategic decision. Cost optimization, automated integration. So of course, because there used to be, it's like most of the legacy systems, there are many times what we will see during implementations is um, they have many manual process. Sometimes they have to process, and sometimes they have to reprocess the errors, or many of these things can be automated, and thus reduce the cost as well, because you don't need someone to put in manual effort every time. Business agility. Integration supports rapid adaptation to market and optimize it, organizational changes. Let's say a company is currently within US structure, it's a US structure entity, and now they have acquired another company which is in Canada. It's a huge organizational level when you think about it, because now you have um, a company in two places. So these products give you the flexibility of of doing that in a seamless way, and long-term sustainability. So anytime we create these integrations, we have to keep in mind that this integration should perform well in the long term, right? Scalable patterns, future-proof systems as enterprise needs will evolve. So we have to think in a way and create our integrations or our applications using PaaS to make sure they are long-term sustainable. Literature insights. Okay. Cloud integration overview emphasizes the importance of connecting cloud and on-premise systems. So there is also some PaaS applications, platform as a service, and these Oracle HCM and ERP are generally software as a service. Using platform as service like OIC, the integration flow integration can be developed we can directly connect to external third parties as well. They call adapters. Some are given. So sometimes we even connect to on-premise systems using adapters as well. And common approaches, point to point. So like I said, middleware example is ESB. Here it can also be OIC, it can also be MuleSoft, TIBCO. These are the platforms where we can use API first strategies. Likewise. And Oracle specific tools. Like I said, OIC is basically the middleware tool of Oracle, which is also a cloud platform, PaaS product. OIC offers pre-built connectors, like we just discussed. It will give adapters/connectors. It will provide templates and integration patterns already defined. But it's almost like, yeah, those are predefined, and you will work on top of those in terms of customizations. Third-party solutions. Tools like MuleSoft, Delboomi, and Informatica enhance flexibility and support diverse use cases. So using OIC, we can directly connect to these other systems, sometimes other databases, or else we can use MuleSoft or other third-party solutions as well. Best practice is identified. Fault tolerance, monitoring, and continuous testing improve resilience and scalability. As we discussed, when creating an integration, we have to think long term, and we need to implement these best practices as well. The code shouldn't be the code. I'm talking about code because it's a integration is basically it's based out of code. We have to think it has to design in a modular way, and it has to be what you say, error proof as well. Even with an errors, we have to design in a way how that can be reprocessed as well. Identified gaps. Limited research on balancing both scalability and resilience specific. Okay. It's so we need to balance both scalability and resilience specific to these platforms, which are Oracle, ERP, and HCM integrations. Next is integration approaches. Like I said, there are several approaches that where an integration can be created. One major one is Oracle Integration Cloud. It's a native tool built by Oracle itself, and this product most often is also bundled within Oracle products like HCM or ERP. And they do have pre-built connectors and templates and APIs seamless between the systems. It will interact seamlessly as it is an Oracle product. There are several other middleware systems as well which can do similar. And I have seen that with little changes, this can also be achieved with this other third-party middleware tools as well, like MuleSoft, Typico, Informatica-enabled border ecosystem connectivity. Provide workflow orchestration. So these workflow orchestration or data transformation, these are the technical terms when you are designing an integration. We schedule-based orchestration. The terms are related to, we need to determine how we need to deliver these integrations, and likewise. And there is another one is API driven. Sometimes Oracle do have pre-built APIs, which we can also enable and provide the details to a vendor if they can really derive the requirements within the API response. Okay. Event-driven architecture enables responsive data flows triggered by systems. Like there are event-based, we call as atom feeds. Most of you might be aware of, like RSS feeds. Anytime there is a new change or record, you can configure in a way that it is notified to the enterprise. Hybrid models combine batch and real-time methods for optimized performance based on business needs. So these are also similar to these, where based on business needs, we can basically customize and optimize as well. Coming to integration approaches, these are some integration approaches. Adopt modular architecture. We discussed a little previously. We can try to use current APIs or built-in functionality to make sure that, and also we can use functions which are already built if we are writing a custom PL SQL package. Likewise, leverage Oracle Integration Cloud. We have to utilize the functionalities already given, so that we are not making the code bulky. Integration event-driven flows. So in event-driven flows are most likely integration should process when file come through, right? If integration shouldn't be running if there is no file. So those are event-based, and you can also customize these events like, okay, I have a job created, I have an employee hired just now, and I need this information. So that employee creation is an event. It's an example. Secure API gateways, it's a secure platform where you can provide your API as well. Automate error handling. So as we discussed a little, we need to make sure that error handling is something we need to design as well. Like we receive few errors, and what is the solution? Now, first the error notification process should be robust enough to make sure the end users understand what the issue is. And once the rectification occurred, there should be a way so that the errors can be reprocessed as well. Enable observability. This is what we just discussed. We should enable this logging methodology, which is like error handling, how we can make sure the users understand these errors as well. Before we move on, anyone has any questions? I was just talking and
It's okay, Professor. It's okay, Ms. Anusha. You can finish and then we will go for the question later.
sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Resilient integration patterns. So these are something that we have discussed a little on the prior slides. Scalability enhancements, something like independently both HCM and ERP components without cross impact. So some of the functionalities of these systems do cross, like they have similar configurations out there. So we need to make sure the enhancements we are doing in one platform well is not really causing any issues to the other platform as well. That is something we have to make sure when we are building the integration platform. Distribute traffic, load balancing, right? So we cannot run, let's say we have 200 integrations out there which are going live, and we cannot schedule 100 of them at 8 p.m. every day. So we need to make sure uh, that we distribute evenly so that it's not a bottleneck in future. Fault tolerance techniques. So how we are identifying the fault? There could be many times. It's not always error. There is always some fault. A file may not be there during the process, or else some dependency which is required is not present, or else a vendor SFTP connection is down. In those cases, how we are handling those faults and how we are representing those in the error notifications. A breaker pattern. So let's say we have a file, and somehow for some reason the payroll has to process for some reason the FTP is down, but we still need to deliver the file. We still need that file so that we can process the payroll. In this case, in such cases, we need to create our integration as a even such things happen, how this integration still be processed so that things are not postponed, right? We cannot really postpone processing a payroll. That is not something business generally wants to do. So in such cases, we need some backup plan. That kind of optimization should that kind of a technique should also be implemented in an integration development. Performance optimization, this is universal, and we need to optimize the performance. We cannot make an integration to run hours and hours. That is there are some, yes, but those are I would say like way old legacy systems. Event-driven architecture. Event-driven architecture is, like we said, a file is present, then only an integration should start, or else we don't need to really schedule that integration every time daily at 8 o'clock unless we have a file. So those are some few things that we need to understand. Architecture design. Yes. So okay, we are going on event-driven architecture. Um, so let's say we have a new hire, or let's take one here, which is new hire, and we have a real-time data on it. So we are creating an integration and we are sending this to a particular vendor as soon as he hired. Maybe he needs to be in the payroll system as an employee as well, because he needs to get paid from that system, which is external. So this integration, basically we need to create to make sure that Oracle HCM the application, data, the process, and then we deliver the files. It's basically we can cover this entire pattern. This is the overall bone structure, right? Oracle HCM, there are several applications. Applications is basically there are several modules in there in HCM. It could be payroll, it could be benefits, it's a core HR. It could be time and labor, it could be talent management. So there are several modules. Likewise, ERP has several modules as well. Each of those modules does has data, and we can process those as well. Um, so these are all some handling techniques: data flow handling, security built end-to-end encryptions, right, while delivering a file, or role-based access control. Role-based access control is basically comes into the picture when you are building an application out of pass using OIC. You have built a custom application like app, right, in your mobile. And for say a manager should can visualize certain data maybe the employees are working under him, maybe he can see the people, but outside of his organization structure, he shouldn't be able to see any other employees data. So these are all comes under role-based access controls, and which are really common in any of the cloud platforms. Infrastructure flexibility. Cloud native design supports auto scalings, and microservices for dynamic load management. So this is we should make sure that it's it is flexible for us to load the data into the system. Modular and reusable components. So it's like if you all know the Java code, right? We have a function where we can utilize that, and let's say if it is very common, we will create some common place and we will try to utilize the function wherever we can. So it's best way, right? We need to create some reusable components so that we are not duplicating when designing an integration. Um, Results and benchmarks. The results can be scalability will be achieved. At least 300% of increases can be adapted. System handle peak workloads with minimal human intervention. Of course, there will not be much human intervention if you are building an integration. There's an integration, like our previous example, when a new hire is there, and as soon as he hired, it should be in the payroll system. If let's say there is no integration, it has to be done manually. So that's a lot of manual effort. That is a good example. Data synchronization improvements. Bidirectional is we need data coming from Oracle platform to payroll system, as well as payroll system to Oracle as well. So we need to see, we need to make sure the data is really in sync between the two systems, and make sure this sync audit check is something also being done by business. System resilience. The downtime reduces a lot because we are making sure we are building in a way that we are building in a way that it is really scalable, and it is, we are following all the best standards out there. So the downtime reduces by 75%. It's a number, estimated number. API and performance gains. So if we are using API response, which is a seeded one, we can also build some custom APIs if the requirement is if that is the requirement. But here in this case, it's not if we are using a seeded API, it's 40% times improve as well, because we are not reinventing what we already have. A little same on the results and benchmarks what we have achieved. With scalability and resilience, the data synchronization between the systems, security is enhanced. The challenges we have overcome. There are performance gains. Comparison, it's faster, reliable, as we are using cloud products and hands-on. So And here we are at the conclusion. It's basically what we are covering here is how we can really create solve today's complex and rapidly evolving digital landscape. So we need to create the integrations in a robust and scalable way. It's not specific for ERP or HCM. It's common for any of the integrations. This as integrations are quite common for achieving enterprise agility, resilience, and operational excellence. By implementing well-designed integration patterns that leverage here an example Oracle Cloud infrastructure, organization can efficiently overcome the challenges of their most of the challenges, I would say, because of data inconsistencies and because of security issues. That's the conclusion of my presentation.